Hello everyone. For this video, we're going to take a look at this Alberta Separation X account. It's got about 47,000 followers. Then we're going to take a look at some other stuff, some video clips. First, we're going to go this classic chart, but I still think it's worth bringing it up. Alberta's net contribution to Ottawa, more than $244 billion from 2007 to 2022, dwarfs contributions from any other province. I mean, there's a very good chance you've already seen this chart or a chart very much similar to it, but still just puts into perspective, Alberta is literally off the page almost. Quebec kind of off the page in the opposite direction. We'll continue scrolling down here. So there's a Saskatchewan prosperity project. I've seen some videos lately of this happening around Saskatchewan, which is nice to see for sure. Also recently a BC prosperity project as well. This is a lot of these kind of AI graphics. I think it's AI. Maybe someone's making these, but a lot of these graphics are actually quite interesting. I mean, this is definitely AI. There's no question about that. This is not AI. An actual picture. Signing station for hashtag Alberta Independence. Very cool. Corey Morgan, who has some great videos on Alberta Separation. I also saw he did one recently on British Columbia. So shout out to Corey Morgan. Here's this post about come on down to Sylvester's to sign the independence petition. Bonnyville. I played hockey in Bonnyville. And then I'm just going to get to this part where I can see this one account. And okay, we'll get down to BC Prosperity Project. We'll take a quick look at this before we head over to a video clip. The path forward in independent constitutional republic model would mean debt limits tied to GDP. Wouldn't that be nice for a change? Wow. Okay, now we're going to get to this video here from CTV. It's Nanos on the numbers, ballot support, Alberta Separation. The first part of the video, they talk about the fact that Liberals, no surprise here, in my opinion, are ahead of the Conservatives. If you've been following my channel recently, you'll know I'm not a fan of the Federal Conservative Party for sure. I think they are very weak. But then the second half of the video, or second third of the video, we'll take a look at here.
I thought I'd be asking a question like this, Lauren. You know, how likely or unlikely do you think the U.S. would support Alberta separation? And, you know, check out the numbers. And these are
such a weird question. Why are you even asking that question?
Okay, Nick, when Canadians were asked what the likelihood is of the U.S. supporting Alberta separation, what did we see there?
Wow. Can I just say that? You know, we asked a question. Never thought I'd be asking a question like this, Lauren. You know, how likely or unlikely do you think the U.S. would support Alberta separation?
I don't understand the purpose of even asking that question right now, though. Is it just because you think it'll get clicks? I mean, if that's the answer, honestly, I'm kind of fine with that. But what's the purpose of this question? This just seems like another reason to get the entire country to put their elbows up. Look, I don't even know how I would answer this question because I really don't even see how it's relevant to Alberta independence. Maybe they're making an alternate point. I don't know.
And, you know, check out the numbers. And these are Canadians, right? So you can see 46% said that they're likely to support, believe that the Americans are likely to support another 38. That makes over 8 out of every 10 Canadians believe that, why don't we just, maybe another way to say this, that there are people in America or the White House that look at Alberta like a pork chop. How's that?
But he's putting his own spin on the question because I could literally see people that are pro-Alberta independence that would go to this question and be like, I don't know, sure. I guess they'd support it because they don't. Trump, if you see Trump's Truth Social, Trump's not exactly thrilled with the state of Canada. So
well, this is a Fox News alert this morning. President Trump is threatening Canada with tariffs if the country makes a deal with China.
I could see people on both sides of this issue, pro-independence and pro-stay in Canada, who would go to this question and say, I don't know, I guess they'd support it. Like, I don't even think it's that relevant whether they would support it or not. I know everyone's freaking out about people meeting with the Trump administration to discuss the potential of a loan or whatever the actual circumstances were of that meeting, but what's the point of this question?
You just see something. Alberta is the energy heartland of the country. And I think for a lot of Canadians in this particular environment, they see discontent in Alberta. They see that the administration in the United States making musings about Canada being the 51st state. And they believe, at least Canadians believe, that the U.S. has Alberta in its crosshairs and would support Alberta separation.
All right, Nick, looking at the demographic
Look,
of
I don't know at all what Trump's strategy is with all those taunts, all the 51st state talk, but I bet you even Trump is amazed at how easy that was to throw 40 million people, an entire country, into a hysterical frenzy that's been happening now for over 1 year.
Americans, more females would support this decision. Is that right?
Yes, actually, the demographic, remember the survey, Lauren, is among Canadians on whether they believe that the U.S. would support Alberta separation. Yeah, you can see the numbers on the gender front. One of the numbers that really...
Why does that matter, though? What's the point of this entire question? To me, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, at least in the context of Alberta separation. I do not understand why they're even asking this question. It just seems like another reason, like I said, to get everybody to be elbows up. So I don't think that is the defining issue, whether America would like it or not. I don't think the majority of people that are pro-Alberta independence, I actually don't think the majority of people even care, to be honest, what America's official position is going to be. I think people just want Alberta independence. Anyway, I'll finish the video here with this final one here. It's Keith Wilson, who... Man, Keith Wilson is very impressive. Let's take a look.
So many people, it seems, in central and eastern Canada have no idea that Alberta owns just about the entirety of the land base of the province. They don't know that, Alberta owns the oil and gas. They actually think it's the federal government. They think crown land means federal crown. I'm just astounded at the lack of basic civics understanding that I'm hearing from people. And they don't realize that Albertans, we net pay at, on average, $30 billion more to Ottawa than we get back. So some people say, well, good luck paying for your health care because they think Ottawa pays for it. Well, Ottawa might pay for it in other provinces, but they don't pay for it here. So of all the money we send to Ottawa each year, we don't get 30 billion of it back. So instantly out of the gate, Alberta will have $30 billion more, but we're going to have billions of dollars laying around in our pocket to pay for the things that traditionally have been paid for by the federal government, one of which is running passport offices. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to replicate that 5-star concierge service, that you get at a passport office. No.
I mean, pretty funny remark there at the end from Keith. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Have a great day.